Okay, guys, what's up? How's it going? Um, Long time no see because I went on a short hiatus because I've been dealing with work and school has been taking more out of me. This is why I say, this is why I try not to say, "Oh, guys, I'm gonna stream more. Da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm gonna stream more, guys," because well, life happens and things don't go how I plans, and God will make a liar out of me. So yeah. Um, Today we are gonna draw. I need to catch up on an art project. I really need to catch up on this one art project, and then we're gonna be drawing and getting prepared for my rebrand. And I'll shortly be talking about that as soon as I open Clip Studio Paint. Excuse me. Also, let me know if I'm too loud. I have readjusted settings. Hey Cephidae, thank you for the head pat. I was just talking about how um I readjusted the settings for my sound. So let me know how the sound balance is going. Like I did the recording test. Oh yay, you're first. I've done the recording tests, but yeah. I know you're first. And I love you for being first and being so eager to get here. Where the fuck is my file? I need to organize my files. That's one of the problems. That's why I don't be caught up on my damn art projects because I struggle to find them. Even when I put them in the folders. You can hear me, but not the music. Uh, okay. Um, is it playing now? Like, can you hear the violins? Nah. Now you can? We finna fix this. I swear. Yay! Is it balanced? Like, does my voice sound louder? You can hear me better than the music, right? Excuse me. Um, let's see. I need to scroll to my references. Gotcha. So, what we're gonna do today is sketch and catch up on art projects because, oh my god, this one was actually a long one in the making. And I need to check if I got ADHD because this whole time I've been thinking I got autism, but then certain symptoms I be hearing, like it's just like if there's no sense of urgency, then it's not gonna happen. But then I usually be on time with certain things, so it may not be. Oh, to mix it up. Oh my god. Ugh. It's not. It's not a VTuber stream without weird scuff shit happening. I cry. It's still in my chat box. I thought I deleted it. So that's not what it's looking like on my end. And if not, we'll just ignore it. It's fine. I'm tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I just want to have a good stream. But I cry. But yeah, this album cover was actually supposed to be done. Then what is that in the chat? It's just the text from. Can you send me a screenshot and show me what you're seeing? Yeah, I turned off my custom one, so the rest of it is just regular talking stuff. Excuse me. I say if I cough, it's because like I didn't properly eat my apple. I scarfed that thing down. Like my life depended on it because I didn't eat when I got home. Like I got home, I immediately took my ass to bed and took a nap. And then I got woken up in the middle of my damn nap because not the school, but somebody set off the fire alarm in the damn dorm. And somebody turned set off the damn fire alarm. So we were out for like a good 10 to 15 minutes. How big are Curb's boobs actually? Oh, they're actually really small. You know, something that I hope that Clipstudio Paint does at some point is let you adjust the breast size of the models. What do you mean you're about to fight me? What did I do? The fuck did I do? No, like I'm genuinely confused. Like you want to see what's on my end? You want to see what's on my end? I'm gonna take a screenshot right now of OBS because you ain't eating and taking care of yourself. Damn it! I am taking care of myself. I'm just not doing it in the. Oh, that's fine. What you just sent me, that's fine. That's intended. But excuse me. I am taking care of myself because I wasn't all that hungry when I got home anyway. Because I ate lunch late, I had to do a tour. I'm taking care of myself. I'll make sure I'll eat. Arms, but I'm trying to think. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, so my nap got interrupted, and then as soon as I came back in, my stomach started to hurt. So that's another reason why I'm eating right now. Everything got emptied. Like damn. Uh, so I ate an apple before stream, and I'm eating my leftover Mexican food. I got like guacamole and cheese dip left, and that'll be my girl dinner. I'll make the arms a little bit bigger. Enjoy. But yeah, this piece has actually been long time in the making, and because Curb didn't remind me, I didn't keep going because I saw a post from him that he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go on hiatus, guys. I'm not into this. So here I am, not thinking that the song this thing is made for isn't finished, and he didn't give me a deadline. I operate a little bit better on deadlines. Like I'll give myself deadlines. Thank you. But yeah, this is an album cover actually for a collaboration between me and Curb. We made a diss track. We just gotta actually release this shit, and it's not gonna happen until I finish this album art. So I'm gonna take care of that. We're gonna try to do the sketch tonight, and I will attempt to finish it over the weekend. Probably tomorrow at work, cause I'll be working. What the fuck is this song on here? But yeah, um, the song is called "Hate," which is an acronym for hating ass tubers. EN. And we'll be getting through that. Let's see, what's the next thing on the topic list? Before I stream, I usually write down a list of topics that I want to talk about so I don't like forget. Ooh, I hate that there are bots following me. And I didn't start having bots following me. Um, ooh, speaking of upcoming big things with VTubing, right? One thing that I wanted to talk about was the Black VTuber Awards. Cause I wasn't really active with talking about it because I'm just like, do I want to be arguing with racists today? And I'm trying to argue less, even though it still ends up my arguing habit still ends up coming out anyway. I try to be a better person. However, um, I'm not the best person, guys. Because sometimes I end up participating in discourse anyway. But I'm trying to think. Um, it was like at the beginning of this month that the Black VTuber Awards was announced, and of course it was a damn problem because the space is racist as hell, and nobody likes it when Black people make their own shit. Now, one thing that I dislike is like I hate it whenever certain Black folks, whenever the topic comes about making our own stuff, they're like, well, the racists, they get mad at us anyway. And I'm like, you shouldn't want to make your own stuff to appease the racists. You should want to make your own stuff because more often than not, that's how we get representation in the first place. Because, like, how often do we complain about, like, most VTuber institutions or just institutions in general? Like, in the case of entertainment, white and East Asian institutions to, like, consider us and give a damn. And then shit doesn't move because at the end of the day, it's in their hands. But I do think that to an extent, it's not always in their hands because, like, excuse me. For example, there's like the Love and Deep Space incident that happened when Black Lads players was contacting different um news outlets like IGN to talk about the discrimination and stuff. Like we didn't for context, Love and Deep Space is like a Tome game where you play as like this chosen one figure with heart problems because she got a crystal lodged in her chest and she has this ability to mimic other people's powers because she can resonate and connect with others. And the various hunky dudes that she hangs out with helps her fight monsters and stuff. And it's a pretty solid game. I actually joined the game because of the combat. The hot dudes was simply a bonus because I like to beat shit up. But The problem with Love in Deep Space was that there isn't a lot of skin tone options on top of the fact that the lighting was really shit. And then it's just like, oh, fill out the survey, fill out the survey. And it's just like, we've been filling out the survey how many times to fix the lighting so darker skinned players can be able to see themselves in night scenes. And y'all still haven't fixed anything. So what's going on? So, like, Black Lads players decided to be like, okay, since you want to be funny, we gonna be hilarious. We're gonna contact news outlets to cover this phenomenon and embarrass the hell out of you because that seems to be what it'll take to make shit happen. And I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, black people need to start acting like Karens. Like, they're gonna have a problem with you anyways for demanding better and expecting to be respected. But like, we pay money for shit like this because it's a gotcha game, right? Like, there should have been boycotts way sooner. But now lads in general just gets on my nerves. I don't play that game anymore because one, I don't have enough storage on my phone to do it, and I'm not finna buy a whole new device just to play a game that I don't even own. And I wish that more lads players like operated on that model cuz like there was a really big update where you could like use a house and customize it. Where you could build a house and customize it and hang out with the guys, sort of like The Sims, right? And that takes up a lot of space. It was like a 40 something megabyte update. And a bunch of people were like buying Apple devices. If you hear me crunching, I'm eating guacamole. And I don't know, that shit pissed me off. Because at least when Xbox and PlayStation release a damn, when they release a new video game and stuff and people buy the PS5 or some shit, at least it's a physical game, right? Like, this is a mobile game. It could be deleted at any time because they want to stop supporting it or something. And all of your progress and shit will be deleted. So it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I wish the hell I would buy a damn Apple device. A whole new device for a game that I don't own. On top of the other shit, like, Love in Deep Space seems that it wants to get into some taboo subjects. Although I argue that the subject isn't taboo. One of the fucking love interests is a ciscon. And so he's just like, well, Jayla, how is that not a taboo subject? Because it's forbidden family romance. But it's just like, this kind of behavior is so normalized in nerd spaces. I don't consider it taboo. Because nobody gives a fuck about abuse. Like, stuff like familial abuse is just seen as like a cute little kink that people can indulge in, even though that shit be fucking with people's lives. You don't know what is ciscon? So you know the word lolicon, right? So ciscon, sister con. One of the characters is a ciscon because he's like your adopted older brother, and then there was like a whole debate over whether it was actually that or not. My thing is, if you grew up in the same house as children and you have the same guardian, then you're siblings. And you're just like, well, we're not actually related. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Don't pull that stepbro shit. You grew up in the same house and you were raised by the same person for years. This wasn't like Aaron and Mikasa where it was only for like a few fucking months. Right? It was for years. Y'all were like 5 years old. Like, it's a mess out here. And Caleb fans get on my damn nerves because they were even out here to like try to justify this shit. It was just like, well, all of the leads are a little weird. And I'm like, they're not Caleb weird though. It's like Raphael kills people, and it's just like the people that he's killing are literally human traffickers. Meanwhile, Caleb's a fucking Fed because he's a colonel in the Air Force. Like, don't talk to me. Don't breathe in my general direction. We are not the same. I'm not even a Raphael main, and I hated that shit. Like, bitch, who the hell do you think you are? And it's just like, well, Xavier is old as hell, and he met MC when she was a little girl, and I'm like, yeah, he avoided her like a plague because he met her when she was a fucking little girl. Like, there was a memory where we hang out with Xavier and we get drunk and start crying about how he's never like emotionally consistent with us because he like keeps his distance all the fucking time because he met us when we were a little fucking girl, right? And and it isn't until we're like drunk and crying about how he might secretly hate us or some shit and how we wish that he would be more open about his feelings and stuff because we're insecure and shit. Now, then we start dating and stuff because, like, he's just like, okay, that's my green light. Because, he's fucking old. So he didn't want to, like, give us a hard time and stuff. And he's just like, well, Silas is a gang leader. And it's just like, he's not even a traditional gang leader. He's not an actual mobster. And Zane is our primary care doctor. And I'm like, how is that anywhere near the same as wanting to be with your baby sister because you're a fucking loser? Like, let's be so for real. I hate lads fans. I don't even want to be into this game anymore because I got tired of shit. Like, I got tired of the mechanics. They don't give a fuck about combat anymore. I'm tired of how. Hold on. I'm tired of how they barely focus on the main story because they keep adding all of these date scenarios for us to spend money to get. What else? What else am I tired of with this fuck ass game? It's just I was spending money on that game because I really liked it, but it's just then I had to realize I don't own none of this shit. And there's barely any customization options because I feel like they should have more skin tones and better hair diversity. But that's too much to ask for in this damn economy for some reason. And like apparently the devs be straight up disrespectful. Like I can't remember what the fans was demanding in China, but like there's like this Chinese joke that in order to call people shit, you like throw toilet paper at them and stuff. And like the lads devs made a plush that's supposed to represent MC and made it into toilet paper. And I'm like, oh, we spending money? And you want to see us like that? Okay. Like, I don't know. I respect myself too much. So I don't want to be here. But, start with the face. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? So I was talking about the importance of making your own thing because more when it comes to representation, you really cannot be depending on racists, homophobes, whatever, on people who aren't minorities to throw you a bone because there are a lot of them who simply do not give a fuck because it doesn't affect them. So it's like we need to be supporting each other when it comes to making innovations and stuff. Cause you get tired. And like, of course, like I said, it was a problem when the announcement happened. Because how dare black people want something? You know, silly black people. But you know, one thing that I'm excited about with this VTuber Awards, like I like the staff that's attached to it. Because the last time we had the Black VTuber Awards, I didn't know who the fuck the host was, which is on me. Cause like I don't think I'm the best VTuber. I'm definitely not the best VTuber. However, like I'm bad when it comes to keeping up with people. Like folks be talking about other VTubers by their first damn name. Hmm. Give me a minute. People be calling VTubers by their first name. And I be having to hear their full name. Like I be formal with it. Like you know how in anime they be calling folks by their full government name and stuff. And the reason why that happens is because back in the samurai days, hold on, I gotta highlight this to separate it. Okay, so the reason why people in anime be calling folks by their full government name is that in the samurai days, in order to collect a bounty, you had to fight the person in front of a bunch of witnesses. So you announce yourself, say who you are and what you're here to do, so that the witnesses know how to like identify the body after the deed is done and stuff. And then it ended up being translated into kabuki theater. And then kabuki theater ended up being translated to anime. So that's why whenever anime characters be fighting, they always call each other by their full government name. But I didn't know who the host of the VTuber Awards, of the Black VTuber Awards, was last year. I was like, who? But I know the people involved now, and I trust their ability to make something good. Cause it's Anna Nevermore and Pax. Anna Nevermore. I'm not too familiar with her content, but I know that she's a kind person and she reaches out to a lot of people. And Pax, he's done a lot of showcases before, and even though he's a non-black VTuber, I think that he's a really good ally because he showcases black people on a regular basis. This isn't like, oh, it's Black History Month. Let me remember that niggas exist, sort of thing, right? Like he's the homie. Browse. Now, Narlina was a part of the judging panel, like the committee, but there's been some stuff. that's happened with like the racist harassing people because of like past comments she's made. So she stepped down because she didn't want anybody to receive any more harassment. You know, I understand where she's coming from. I think what she's thinking is, if I sacrifice myself and make myself into a straw man, then I don't have to worry about like other people coming towards my staff and my friends. And I think that's very noble. However, I don't think that was the best course of action. Because the thing about bigots is that if you give them an inch, then they'll take a mile. By stepping down, you set a precedent that if they bitch and moan enough, then they can move mountains. And I worry that in the future something like this will happen again. And then more people would like start leaving the space or disappearing and shit because it's just because it ends up becoming standard procedure to like cater to these bastards when I don't think they should be catered to at all. I don't give a fuck. But I understand why she did it. And I hope she's okay. And I hope that the event goes well. It's not going to happen until Juneteenth, which is just like, of course, y'all will put the Black VTuber Awards on the Freedom from Slavery Day. But to be honest, it's a little bit better than Black History Month because it's less cliche. It's a lot less cliche. Let me find a picture of my nose. And it's in the summer, so it's more popping like that. So we'll see. Um, what's the next topic? Speaking of bigotry, Zivia, have you seen any of the shit that's been going on with the heated rivalry fandom? Zivia. And if she's not there, I'll still talk shit. Um, so heated rivalry because I'm not interested or on that side of the internet to begin with. Unfortunately, I'm not even on that side of the internet because I'm not a fucking Fujo and I don't care about sports. And adding gay niggas to sports isn't going to make me care. However, I still have to type faster. Type faster now. I don't type that fast. Go take those typing tests. I work in the office, so I gotta type fast. I think it's like 45 words a minute. 48. I'm usually 45 to 48. But if I'm really excited and I lock in, I could do like maybe 50 something. But what was I thinking? I was average when we last tested. Remember? How long ago has that been, Zivia? That's been forever. Ugh. Hold on. I'm looking up I'm looking up like the facial expression. I should make the tongue more exaggerated. Have changed how I type since. Gotcha. But then I should change the angle of the brows to make them more angry. That's better. But what was I thinking about? Heated Rivalry is a live action sports thing. I'm telling for the people who don't know. Live action sports TV show about gay men and Canadian hockey, and it's all the rage. It was actually based off of, I think it was based off of Stucky fan fiction, and I'm like, okay, it's not for me because when it's sports, like I don't necessarily mind sports dramas. It's just I've never, like, I guess if somebody else were to turn it on, I wouldn't turn it off. But it's not something that I would particularly look for. That's why I didn't watch Yuri on Ice. And so we're just like, well, it's a gay show, and I'm like, yeah, and it's still a sports anime. It's a sports anime before it's a show, a gay show. One thing that I do appreciate about Yuri on Ice though is the fact that it's a sports anime that happens to have gay characters in there. Cause like I'm gonna get into it about like why that's important. So it's all the rage right now. Cause there's been a hockey trend on Book Talk because okay, it was Stucky fan fiction that became a book and then got an adaptation. And with a lot of these romances and stuff, hockey players are in, and I think I know why. Like part of it is like the American exoticism of Canadians. Like Canadians are very appealing because they're supposed to be quote unquote nice and stuff, and they're foreign, but they're still familiar enough being next door neighbors with the US that you don't have to try too hard with like getting the culture right. Like, yeah, you still got to do research for immersion, but you don't have to worry about like language differences and shit too much because it's only Quebecians that speak French, really. And then hockey is a really white sport. You really don't have to care about racial diversity, and we know how Book Talk only cares about skinny white men with problems. So there's an appeal with that. But of course it's been hyped, but it's gotten out of hand because now people are talking about Fujos, and it's just like, oh, normies are finding out what Fujos are, and I'm like, y'all niggas have never been secret. Y'all be loud as hell. And not to mention, Fujos are literally just slash fiction fans, but Japanese. But you white bitches, you'll gush over anything that's thing Japan. How do I flip this? I almost forgot how to use this damn thing. Actually, I'll use the sketch. I got too many references on this damn thing. How many pictures I got in the reference tab? 432. I need to delete some of these. Like, oh my god. But what was I thinking? But no, there's been a discussion about like Fujo culture and stuff, and it's led to like there's actually a bisexual actor on the staff of Heated Rivalry. I don't know his name is because I don't care enough to know exactly. But the reason why I'm speaking on it is because there's been so much fucking Yaoi versus Yuri discourse on my feed. Because even though I don't follow that shit, I follow a lot of people who do gay media reviews so I could like find more queer manga. And because Fujo culture ends up being the topic of discussion, then it's just on my feed. I've had to mute certain words because I'm just tired. And someone's just like, well, sapphic women like the lesbians need to shut up about like women trying to enjoy things. And it's just like, no, y'all niggas need to shut up because I really hate how Fujo culture and Yaoi has gotten like a fresh coat of paint and people want to act like it's progressive and shit now just because there's gay people in the fandom. When most of the gay people in the fandom, like indie spaces, are like Westerners because nobody like whenever people adopt Japanese culture norms, they don't do the research about the stuff. So it's just like, oh, these people make queer media. And it's just like just because the media has queer people in it doesn't mean they like you. That's like looking at a minstrel show and thinking that it's friendly to black people. Like that shit is actually annoying. And people are like, well, this genre that's known for fetishizing gay men has been progressive the whole time. And if you shit on excuse me, and if you shit on it, you're like misogynistic and stuff. Mind you, most Fujos don't even like women because they be disrespectful as hell to them because they treat them like obstacles for their ship. And yeah, Fujos they do face bullying, but it's not really because like I hate it whenever Fujos be acting like the misogyny that they go through is like anything extraordinary because that's something that girl nerds face in general on the basis of being a fucking nerd. Hey Plush, welcome Raiders. Hey Sasu. Also, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome Raiders. My name is Jayla Cephidae, and I am I'm trying to think. I just blanked out. I was in the middle of a rant. I'm a mutant jellyfish who likes to draw and talk shit. Right now, we're doing album cover art and we're talking shit about Heated Rivalry fans because I don't like them. And then we're trying to learn how to draw eyes in perspective because I just realized I don't draw them in this angle. But have a stream. What y'all do? Also, don't think that you have to stay here or anything. Like, if you gotta go to sleep or go eat something, do that. Take care of yourself. God damn it, do I have to use the 3D model? Like, thank God for 3D models. Y'all don't understand. It be hard out here. Darn what? It's not beneath me to use a 3D model. I got no shame. Splunky. What's that? Is it sort of like. Is it like the cave equivalent of Peak? Because I hear spelunking, and I don't know. I immediately think of. Um. I immediately think of. Nah, much harder. Gotcha. Okay, because I immediately think of cute little 2D survival excavation game. Shout out cavers. Cavers will have a beautiful wife and kid at home. And then they'll go ahead and endanger themselves by climbing into a cavern that's called like Satan's asshole. Like, what the fuck is your problem, man? You would think that less people would go caving after what's the name of that? Oh, mercury miners. See, that makes more sense. Y'all are prospectors in like the 1800s. You got no choice but to endanger your lives for a bag. At least it's for a fucking bag. Even though you still low key don't respect yourself, but like you gotta survive. Door, hit the floor, magical words, groovy, supercalifragilistic. They really had Lucas saying just any old thing in this damn song. Donald Glover was in a skit about mercury miners. Oh, how did that go? I was just like, what the fuck happened to the 3D model? Okay, lock it. Okay, I sort of got it right. This is like one of my favorite Michi M songs. It's a shame that Michi M low key ain't shit though. He was a mercury miner, and it would constantly cut to each day he come home from the mines, and he'd be progressively crazier from the mercury explosion. Yup. Ooh, so fun fact about mercury exposure: was it mercury or arsenic? Oh, it was arsenic. Never mind. I Mandela myself. I was finna talk about the origin of the saying "mad as a hatter," because the saying "mad as a hatter" comes from the fact that green dyes and stuff. No, it wasn't the green dye. Oh, although it could have been, but not all of the hats were green. But like the type of adhesive glues that they use for hats had like some kind of variant of arsenic in there. Some of the shit that vintage people were dealing with was just straight up bananas. Mandela this, Mandela that. We need to Womandela something. Yeah, I agree. Especially after finding out that Nelson Mandela Loki ain't shit. Vintage people somehow sounds racist. Against who? The past? Also, for context, before somebody like yells at me, because it's just like, why would you say that Nelson Mandela ain't shit? When you hear the memoirs about like how he treated his wife, like some of the reports of what his wife would say, thank you for the posture check. Like, nah. Like the only thing that nigga was good for was civil rights. And then beyond that, like, do not hang around him outside of the protests. That man was actually a menace. I was not scrimping. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay, I drank some water. What was I talking about again? Vintage people, like, you know that one meme? It was just like, this would kill a small Victorian child. And I'm like, these niggas used to do cocaine if they got the sniffles. If they got the sniffles. Hold on. I'm gonna finish the face first, and then I'll save it. Victorians used to do a little cocaine if they got the fucking sniffles. Like, A Victorian child can handle a bag of Takis. Okay. I saved it. Tongue is a little bit too big. No, it was something I was talking about before. Oh yeah, I was shitting on Heated Rivalry. I'm not gonna shit on the show because I haven't watched it, so I don't want to be unfair. I just see it as a waste of time because as soon as I saw that it was like Stucky fanfic, then I didn't want to touch it because I don't like licensed fanfic. Um, I don't like licensed fanfic because to me it's like an integrity issue because the author did all of the characterization and the world building and shit for you. So you're only doing part of the work and then you have the nerve to try to get paid. And then it's fucking crazy, right? Because like, okay, there was recently a news report about like the big Fujo craze in light of this, as if the Fujo craze hasn't always been there. But I guess like it's becoming more mainstream to be that because, you know, back in middle school, if you said as a woman that you like to watch dudes kiss, then you were considered strange. Which it really shouldn't be considered all that strange because dudes be watching lesbian stuff all the time. Like it's the same principle. What's hotter than one, two? But I will say I tend to dislike Fujos because like while straight men are really honest about like their contempt, straight men who watch lesbian porn, like they're honest about it being a sex thing and stuff. Fujos will write a fucking essay about how it's somehow feminist to only have an interest in guy on guy stories and how it's like peak queer fiction and shit, even though most of these guy on guy stories aren't even written by gay men because gay men at large are denied a platform. And that's where I was about to talk about like the intricacies of publishing because people are arguing like, oh, well, if gay men want to have more control over the industry, then maybe they should read more. And it's just like, here's the thing. Let's talk about queer fiction and publishing, like traditional publishing, right? Um, Queer fiction and traditional publishing. Women make up the majority of romance writers and readers because unfortunately romance is like the only genre that's mostly marketed to women. Men in publishing get to have like adventure stories and stuff regardless if romance is in there or not. But whenever women have like a fantasy story and stuff, if it has like one element of romance, then it automatically gets labeled as romance, regardless of the other content or the ratio of content in the book. And then when it comes to queer identity, right? When it comes to queer identity, our stuff automatically gets labeled as romance, whether the queer person gets with somebody or not, because of how queerness is automatically seen as sexual and stuff. So, of course, you're not going to see a lot of gay men having pull with fucking publishing because queer stuff automatically gets labeled as romance and romance is automatically treated as a thing for women even though everybody and their mom like romance in some capacity or another because even if you read stuff that doesn't have romance as a main focus people be shipping and shit. This face needs to be smaller. make the eyes a bit smaller. So there's that. And also, like, I really don't like this idea that gay men need to be grateful for, like, women. And it doesn't matter if they're queer or not. Because, like, Fujoshi spaces do have a lot of women, have a lot of queer women as well, even though it started off with straight women being weird. But, like, I don't like this idea that minorities have to be grateful for other people depicting them, especially if they aren't, like, a part of the creative process. Because, like, you're controlling how an entire marginalized group is, like, looked at. And at some point, we need to start questioning, when does this quote unquote representation become commodification? And the thing is, the Fujos of, like, yesterday, like the 70s, right? The Fujos of yesterday, they were honest about that shit. Like, the word yaoi literally means no plot, all porn, no meaning. Like, it's not that exact translation, but that's essentially what it means. Like, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They weren't sitting here acting like they threw a fucking brick at Stormwall. Hold on. I was adjusting. I'm like, I'm locking in, guys. Braids. Like, they were honest about what the fuck they were doing. Like, I just hate the sheer dishonesty of it. Like, if you read yaoi and shit, say that you just want to see gay dudes fuck. I can respect that to an extent. To an extent, right? Because there's still some unsavory parts about the culture that I still dislike. Um, I hate that a lot of Fujos be calling this shit queer masterpieces and then exclude gay men from, like, marketing or the creativity process, because it's just like, if you're profiting from a minority and then none of the minorities depicted are getting paid or something, that's a problem to me. And then another issue is, like, talking about queer representation and you don't support sapphic stuff. And that's another reason why I brought it up, because, like, I'm tired of the Yaoi versus Yuri debate. Because I think that sapphics have a right to be upset that people care more about Yaoi than Yuri, despite quote unquote caring about gay representation, because they care more about men than women and don't want to engage with women's stories. And it's, like, especially embarrassing to me if you're, like, a sapphic and you're acting like that, because imagine wanting to fuck women, but you have no interest in, like, their stories, their art, who they are as people. Like, you know how some sapphics who are dealing with, like, internalized homophobia and stuff, they be afraid of being attracted to women because they're like, oh no, I'm no better than a man. Not me though. I like girls. I like women's openly. And it helps that I grew up in a family that, like, is very supportive of queer people. I didn't have to fear, like, whether or not I would still have a place to stay or some shit if I came out to my mom. Because before I even came into bisexuality in college, like, she was already supportive of my gay friends that I already had before college. But no, if you're a sapphic and you say some fuck shit about not being interested in, like, sapphic media. I'm not gonna call you a fake sapphic because I feel like that's unfair. But like I am gonna call you a fucking loser. And I am gonna call you no better than a man. Because I don't know. You wanna fuck women? But you don't wanna hear their stories? You're not interested in their art? You don't wanna hear about their experiences? And you can't pull that, oh, I'm escaping from misogyny because a lot of sapphic art covers misogyny and I don't want to deal with that because like yeah, we be misogynistic as fuck. The bottom is pretty much just a woman. Bottoms aren't real men. Especially in Omegaverse. I'm not even into Omegaverse because sometimes it really depends. I can't read gay Omegaverse. I can't read gay Omegaverse because it just feels too weird. Because it's just like this is clearly heterodynamics that somebody was too scared to be hetero with. And I always want the Omega to get an abortion. Like why are you having a baby by that bum? Fuck alphas, actually. You know how Doja Cat wrote ain't shit? Oh my god, how do you draw a ponytail? I just need to. But yeah, that's how I feel about heated rivalry and like the stuff. Oh yeah, the second thing is it's really funny. So the other reason why I hate licensed fan fiction is because of what's going on now. Because like Fujos are like, oh my god, fandom is being exposed and it's no longer like a safe haven away from the normies. And it's just like this is what happens when you try to profit off of this shit. But also I don't feel sorry for them. Because it's just like you make a spectacle of yourself. And then you be hella bold. Because like gay men and Fujos have been arguing on my TL. And I'm glad that gay men are fighting back. Because like this shit is embarrassing. Like these weirdos are so fucking bold that they're telling gay men that they're a guest in MLM fiction spaces. Imagine telling a minority who you profit off of the visibility of that they're a guest. That's why I don't feel bad. But let's do curved hair. Gay man, y'all telling me I'm a guest and what's essentially my everyday life? Literally. So I hope they get embarrassed even more. I hope they get made fun of. Because who the fuck do you think you are? Now, next subject, because I don't want to be too mean. Um, so earlier I was talking about like upcoming events with the Black VTuber Awards, but I also got to talk about the VMAT Gala because y'all know my event. Yes, we are doing that again because yes. Um, let's see, hold on. I like how I start talking and then I lock in. It's like one of the hard things about art streams because like I get really into it, or it's just like, oh, I'm trying to figure something out. But I'm trying to think. The VMAT Gala is coming up. We do not have an exact date pinned down. This is the collaboration that I do with Semi Enigma and Cinnabella. Semi Enigma is a dragon mafia boss VTuber who does art and world building. And Cinnabella, she does mainly like she does art and co-working and also different horror games. Cinnabelle. I thought it was also Bella at the end. Or no, I'm thinking of Sarah Bella from Skullgirls. I've known Cinna for how many years? And I got it wrong. But then I remember when I knew Mocha for like months and I would call her Mochi on accident. And then now it's just her permanent nickname because we laugh about it. Bro, I've been slipping. I've been tired, actually. Because, like, at my job, whenever I be giving tours, I be getting dates slightly wrong. I was like, yeah, this building burned down in 2007. Whole time it was 2005. Cinnabelle X. Gotcha. Whole time was Cinna. That's why. I woman dellaed myself. No, I've been slipping. It was just like, yeah, this building burned down in 2007. No, I burned down in 2005, actually. I was 2 digits off. So I was still close, but like it's still disgraceful because I've been working at that place for like 2 years. But also low key fuck my job. I'm tired of people. There's been so much crap going on. And I'm not gonna go into detail because it's high key none of y'all's business. But now that I'm looking for a new job, so at least wish me luck. I'm pretty much getting as much done as possible. So when I get the new job, because we're manifesting, um, when I get the new job, the person who comes in after me will know what to do. So they're not like starting from scratch. But what was I saying? We're doing the VMAT Gala. For those who don't know what the VMAT Gala is, it's an event that I've been doing for 3 years. Well, it's about to be year three. And it's pretty much just based off of the Met Gala. I was inspired by the Met Sona trend that happened in like 2019. That was the year where the theme was camp, and a bunch of artists were like disappointed in the lineup of outfits because celebrities, they don't try. But I don't just blame the celebrities, it's the fucking stylists, because it's like it's literally your job to dress these people. What the hell are you doing? And this is why duos like La Roche and Zendaya are like so important, because like Zendaya is like an active participant in the outfit planning, and La Roche is like good at getting pieces and doing research and stuff to help her like visions come true with that. And that just needs to be more standard. Like a lot of celebrities aren't really active in the creativity process, which I don't know why you're wearing this shit. And then the stylists don't even want to emphasize participation either. They're just like, well, I'm getting paid. All I gotta do is just get this archival piece. And I don't have to try. That shit is just annoying. But artists were disappointed in the outfit choices with camp. So people made a Met Sona where it's just like, this is how I would dress if I were to go to the Met Gala. And then I also got inspired by like Nariko Nabi's gala events that she had where people would dress up based off of a theme. So I was just like, what if I combine my like of the Met Gala? Because it's a very important fundraising event that supports the preservation of history through garment collection, right? Because I like fashion, I like history and shit. And boom, VMAT Gala was born. And this year's theme is, so there's a difference between the theme and the dress code, right? The theme is for the exhibit that comes out in the spring. The theme is costume art, which is supposed to examine um art's relationship with the body and deals with different depictions of the human body through the history of art. So we're going to see classical art where there are nudes. There's a section about underrepresented bodies in art due to like beauty standards and shit. So there'll be a section about pregnant bodies and aging bodies. And then of course there'll be a showcase of like the anatomical body. So you'll see um you will see you'll see like medical diagrams and shit, inflated bodies and stuff. And I think that's really cool. I shoot that up. Okay. Okay. Hair is done. Then all I gotta do is sketch out the outfits. And then the sketch will be done, and then we'll move on to the other stuff. But yeah, I'm still planning on doing the event with Senna and Semi this year. It's just it's been a roadblock in planning, partially because they announced the damn theme late. Usually with the Met Gala, right? You find out about the theme. Well, they didn't announce the theme. They announced the dress code late, which is fashion is art. And I'll go into that in a minute. When it comes to the theme, that gets announced like around November and stuff because this is an art gallery. So they gotta plan that shit way ahead of time. And I feel like they did that shit late because Beyonce is on the damn committee. Cause she's doing this for album promotion. She hasn't been to the Met Gala in like 8 years. But it like pisses me off because like yeah, she's on the committee and shit, but like I hate how late it is. Cause now me, Senna, and Simi, we gotta rush and shit, and like we always do it in sync with the Met Gala. Cause like I feel like that just makes planning easier. I'm gonna be so for real. Like I'm creative, but I'm also a little bit lazy, and I try to be efficient. Like nobody's gonna be making a whole new damn theme. I'm gonna be so for real. I love y'all, but like if I don't have to do extra shit, I'm not. Okay, this isn't far down enough to. Ugh. Buttons. This isn't far down enough to add the belt. I love my planning and shit. How I go all out with like an outfit sketch, only to not even use the whole outfit for the final art. But just in case, guys, just in case, I'm gonna bring this part of the top down a little bit more. But the dress code is fashion is art, and sometimes the Met Gala be pissing me off because like they'll have these really conceptual um galleries and shit, and then the theme be generic as fuck. So like when we do the guidelines for the outfits, we're gonna be specific and say that we want like yes, the theme says fashion is art, but that doesn't mean that we want you to like show up wearing a fucking starry night dress painted on the outfit. Right? We want you to be in line with the theme for the gallery. Like fashion is art as in an art form that protects, adorns, emphasizes, or conceals the body. So pretty much your outfit needs to showcase that relationship between like clothing and the body. And like I will when we do the announcement and stuff, I'll do fashion guides and give examples of like the kind of concepts that we want to see. So like people don't go in confused and they have plenty of ideas to work from and won't be saying like, "Oh, you were given directions." Yes, the fuck we did, and we made it available for you to read. So you better fucking read. Reading is fundamental, children. So y'all better follow directions and come correct. Let me see. I'm trying to think. And that's pretty much it. That's all we got for the Met Gala so far. We will be announcing it soon-ish. And then we'll go from there. Yo, Hatsuneya. I love this song so much. Yo. I like it whenever I draw the whole outfit only to still cover up shit because I give that much of a damn. Because I still want to see how stuff fits. Yo. I like how I made a big deal. Oh, we gonna be doing album art and PFPs. I'm still not done with this sketch for this album art. We'll maybe be able to sketch one PFP. One. Yo. Capare. Nails. Capaya. DJ. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. I be ad-libbing like Kyoto. So, okay, save. Then after that, it's me. Excuse me. Drink some water. Soon. Okay, start with the bodysuit. What's the other topic that I wanted to talk about? Oh, OCs. So I've been starting to draw OCs again. Right. I've been starting to draw OCs again. Well, I've been starting to draw OCs that aren't fandom related. Because if anybody knows about like me doing Yume shipping and stuff, that's like when you make a self insert and you ship yourself with a fictional character. Um, how do you do a bodysuit? Ah, big boobs. Actually, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I believe in myself. I know how to do it. I believe in myself. But now I lost my train of thought. I'm going back to doing non fandom OCs because I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal, guys. Creativity. It's hard, and it's not necessarily that I run out of ideas. Like sometimes I come up with so many ideas that it feels like a burden because I usually don't have enough time. I need a rich person with big wallets, right? I need rich, a big, strong, rich person who will adopt me and will pay me to draw whatever the fuck I want. Please and thank you. If you could find somebody who does that, that would be greatly appreciated. Like if y'all want me to draw and stream more, that's how it's gonna have to happen. We gotta go back to foundation where rich niggas will just adopt artists and be like, yes, I want pretty shit in my house, but I'm also just generally interested in what you do. So here's a blank check, and you can do whatever the fuck you want and feed your family or whatever. I would like that, please. I'm trying to think. Shit. What was I talking about? I want a rich person to adopt me so I could draw whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. But creativity is hard. And I went through a really bad event. Well, several bad events in like 2023. And that just made me lose a lot of confidence in some of the stuff that I create. Like I am very confident in my ability to do art. I'm not saying I don't make good art cuz I'm confident in my skills, right? It's more like if the stuff that I make is like a waste of people's time, especially whenever I see what gets boosted and stuff. And I know that a lot of it is an algorithm thing, right? And also it like depends on the site. Like for example, Twitter fucking sucks for art. It's been sucking for art for a long time. Like ever since Elon took over, I hate that nigga. Cuz I remember when I first made a Twitter account and I somewhat regret deleting my I need to make this a different color so I could differentiate with Curb's coat. Um but fucking sucks for art. And it just sucks in general because everybody's fucking angry all the time cuz apps they get more retention from your anger save than from your happiness and shit. They want you to stay on as long as possible. Okay, we're done with the sketch. So I'm gonna send what was I gonna do? Um what was I thinking about again? It was just it's an algorithmic thing, right? It's nothing personal or anything bad about what I create. But it's also like I also notice specific types of art that gets boosted and I don't make that kind. And there's also some types of art that I'm simply not willing to do, whether it's because and part of it is like a pride thing because I feel like I shouldn't have to do certain things just to get big. Like as somebody who draws black people on a regular basis, I shouldn't have to do a black edit for people to show up. Because to me, it feels like people only care about black visibility if it's just a remix of a white or East Asian person. And that shit legitimately pisses me off. But but we persist and we draw because we feel like it. And that's really it. So I'm healing. And that's really it. Actually, can anybody see the screen? Did it just shut down? Ew. The screen went black for a minute. I'm sorry. Take. So now that we're done with this sketch, I'm going to take like a short intermission, and you can still see. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take a short intermission, like 5 minutes, and keep eating my guacamole because it's been sitting off to the side. And after that 5 minutes, we'll pick up drawing something else. Okay. So I'll be back. Okay, we're back. We gonna start on the next thing. I save. I'ma save. And then shit. Um so the next thing that we're gonna work on, I said that I'm rebranding, and it is a slow process, right? Because I gotta make several graphics. I gotta make a lot of graphics in order for it. And it's just like, Jayla, why don't you just buy it? Somebody could do it for you. Of course. However, I'm not balling like that. Number one, and number two, I'm also an artist tuber. I do want to be able to draw my own shit because like that's how I advertise myself, guys. So let's see. I need to find in my Notion. I like have a bunch of references for shit. So I'm gonna start basic with like the. I'm starting with the icons and stuff, right? And then I'll do the banners and stuff when I can. So hold on. And like I already did my new PFP. Actually, let me show y'all. Like y'all already know it if you follow my Twitter and my Blue Sky. So this is my new PFP for my main. Now I'm gonna draw the one for my lewd alt, which I'm also rebranding. I'm just rebranding everything. I'm updating the graphics. Um, what happened to the references? I thought I just downloaded them. Ugh, I gotta convert it. Convert to JPEG. Give me a moment. Hello, kitty. Oh, is she? Oh, is she? Oh, is she? Okay. Okay. Sketch. No, what was I talking about earlier? I was talking about healing and what that looks like for me personally. And for me, healing doesn't necessarily mean going back to the way that I was before because, you change and change is often a good thing. And also, okay. But I'm trying to think. Give me a moment. I'm posing. One thing that I find annoying about Clip Studio Paint is that whenever I'm posting a 3D model, also, yes, they weren't in the right format, so I converted them. But whenever you're editing a 3D model like the pose and stuff, Clip Studio Paint doesn't show it until after you deselected it, which I think is lame. I think this is fine. Okay. So I just need to zoom in. I should zoom in a bit more because how icons, branding, icons. Because I want to zoom in the face as much as possible, right? Because this is a PFP. And then you'll be seeing one of my outfit designs with this, actually. Ugh. It looks like she's picking her nose. I want to cry. Like I'm trying to adjust things. I'm trying to make it look flirty. I just want to live. Maybe zoom this in a little bit more. Or no, zoom out a little bit. So you'll see one of my outfits, my alternate outfits for this. Because I got a lot. I just gotta make that damn. Ugh. Just bend, please. Um. Okay, we're good. And then lock. Was that nobody? I don't know how many outfits I got. There's still more outfits I gotta draw. I really gotta do that character sheet because it'll make doing commissions easier. Like I did a mannequin of myself with the new design, which really isn't much of a new design. I just gave myself arm hair and I changed my hat because aside from that, my design is pretty much perfect. But I do want to change the body, which is why I need to do a whole new character shoot. Cause I want to look a little bit more muscular. And I'm more of an hourglass shape IRL than a pear shape. Like my live 2D model is body accurate, and I still want to update that. My live 2D model. I don't even have one. I'm not balling like that. I'm not balling like that to be having a live 2D model. I don't even think that my computer can handle that shit. But I'm trying to think. Like actually, you can see my character sheet here. I'm more built like a pear than necessarily an hourglass because the hips are really wide. But my PNG model is more accurate to how I'm built. I like how this song plays because it's fitting for what I'm drawing. It says this is for the lewd alt. But need to hold on. I'll be back. Just a minute. Thank you. Mhm. Like a sweet syrup? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm back. My roommate made me a dessert. Her name is Manny and she's from Vietnam. And she was making lotus seeds in like a sweet syrup. And I've never tried that before. I'm more of a sunflower seeds kind of person, but it actually tastes pretty good. I'm gonna be eating this for the rest of the stream. But I need to make these ears a little bit wider. So yeah, for a lot of these art streams, unless I'm like doing a commission or something, y'all are just gonna be watching me like the behind the scenes of me doing the rebrand process You know, I had an idea for a panty and stocking OC. I wanted to make a character named Girdle, who's supposed to be like Girder Belt's big sister, who became an angel. And I wanted to base her off of Pam Grier. So she was also going to have a big ass fro. And she was going to wear a girdle whenever she transformed. I got a designer because I think I want to take inspiration from like Jean Paul Gaultier with her angel fit. I just gotta make time. I just need time. Yeah, this will probably be the only PFP I'll finish sketching. Cause like, what are the other ones that I have to do? Let me check my Notion real quick. So I need to do one for the lewd alt. There's one for my Tumblr where I talk about like media and stuff. And I haven't even used that one because I haven't done the fucking graphics for it. And I don't want to look like a bot. And then I also want a specific PFP for like for VGen. There's so much to do. I just gotta do it one at a time. PFPs are easy. It's just I want so many. I want so many that it seems overwhelming, but once I actually tackle it, it's the easiest shit ever. Easiest shit ever. Um, so we'll do what we can. Who followed? Hey Vaki, thank you for the follow. How's it going? Right now, we're just drawing. I kind of ran out of things to say. When you talk shit about certain things enough, then you end up being short and succinct, and then by the end of stream, you already ran out of shit. I'm surprised I wasn't following you before. You know, I feel that all the time when it comes to oomps. Like I'm like I interact with you on a regular basis, but I forget. It'd be like that. It's okay. I won't yell at you. Or will I? Will I yell at you, Vaki? Don't yell at me because what if I like that? That's true. And I am a chronic kink shamer. Shaking my head. You never know. The more you know. But speaking of lewd things, I'm actually sketching a PFP for my new lewd account. I'm not into yeah, I can't deal with being yelled at actually. Like I don't have trauma with being yelled at, but my fight response will kick in because I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to with that tone? Because like I'm doing a big rebrand. I can't be a whore. I'm barely having sex, let alone getting paid for it. We need a word that means hoe for free. Because I don't believe in making fun of sex workers, but I do believe in making fun of people who be giving it up for free, especially if they. Now I'm the same way about being yelled at. Don't yell at me because I never deserve it. Yup. Yeah, because like horror is specifically an insult for somebody who sleeps around for pay, but there isn't a word. Like technically it's slut, but I don't use that word. Like the most often that I use slut is singing a Mauna Leo song because she'll always be calling a man that, and it's deserved, right? But I want something that fits my vocabulary. Like it don't sound right coming out of my mouth. True. I can't remember the exact definition, but it could be that. That could be that. I just gotta be looking at vintage black words. Now, one word that I started using was harpy because I don't use bird anymore. Bird isn't strong enough to express my hatred. We got to start getting mythological out here. Like my ire has activated because I'm tired. Actually, I should make the lashes. But yeah, I'm. What was I doing? Reason why I'm doing this is because technically I'm in the process of rebranding. So I'm just updating my graphics across the board. And it's been a slow time coming because of school. Cause like I don't even have a proper border for my Twitter. I just use one of my magazine assets and it's just like, yeah, this is me. We're calling it a day. And like I could pay somebody to do it, but also like I'm an art VTuber. I kind of got to do some of my graphics. Like I'm not doing all of them. Have no time to draw and never enough money to come. I was just talking about the desire um to be like adopted by like a rich person. They'll just let me draw whatever the fuck I want because they like my shit. I keep being paid to draw by a singular rich person as every other stream. Like literally. Now hopefully I'll have enough money for like all of the graphics that I need to buy, which isn't a lot. Cause I'm not doing even high end shit. It's like two overlays that I don't want to do. Cause I already drew the other ones. Um, Let me save this. Clip being weird. Clip being weird. Because it's just like I clicked on a reference and it was slow about it, and I'm like, nah, like I feel like that's what people need to understand. I'm really tired. Y'all been seeing some of the discourse about like commissions and shit. It's like that shit's high key get on my nerves. Because it'd be the same thing every week. And I understand, right? Like folks are talking about really long commission times. Me, I usually have it's why I like VGen, like using it because I have an estimate from other people, but I also give an estimate in my contracts anyways. I understand taking too long on comms, and that's why I ain't do that in a while. Me, whenever I'm late, the most that I'll be is probably 2 weeks. And it's because something fucked up happened. Like I was eaten by a bear or some shit. But yeah. And then one person was like, one thing that kind of pissed me off though. One person is just like, don't take emergency comms then. And it's like, I agree. However, comma, part of the reason why artists be doing emergency comms is because they see how some of y'all be acting whenever it comes to fucking mutual aid. Cause like, okay, for example, I was talking shit about the heated rivalry fandom earlier, and Emily Gwen, who's the lesbian who designed the the lesbian flag that people use today, like the sunset lesbian flag. She gave her 2 cents about heated rivalry, and she was talking about how it's like how people need to stop getting mad at lesbians for being disinterested in a show about men having sex because it's like they're already disinterested in men. Why would they want to watch two men bone? And even though that's not the whole show, it still got sex scenes in like every other episode. And a bunch of heated rivalry fans are like responding to her page, calling her an e-beggar and stuff. Because she do be asking for money, but here's the thing: she's fucking homeless, and it really sucks that she's homeless, right? Because everywhere I go, I be seeing the Sunset Lesbian merch, like the long bacon shit. Everybody and their mom selling long bacon merch, right? And she doesn't see any of that money because, it's a gay flag. So you like make that available for the public. So rarely does she see any of that and gets a benefit from it. So that's why she constantly got to be asking for money because people are profiting from her shit. And even though that's a community service thing, it still sucks that somebody who made a contribution to the LGBT community can't be stable, but nobody gives a fuck. Really does suck because what do you mean your own community you gave to can't give back? They won't give back. That's really the difference. And this is why, like, whenever people talk about like fandom being revolutionary and shit, I gotta laugh. Cause it's just like y'all bitches out here making fun of a homeless lesbian for saying that she's disinterested in men having sex when she is a lesbian. Y'all talking about fandom being revolutionary. What's revolutionary about harassing people? And actually, I can't even say that because like I do think that some types of people should be harassed. Unpopular opinion, I think that if you're racist, you should be harassed. You shouldn't be allowed to feel safe to be alive, actually. And I feel and I know that it's controversial to say because like people tolerate everything and anything, but then they start crying when you say that you don't value the lives of bigots. Like you could be 50 shades of nasty in a fandom space, right? But God forbid you tell like a homophobe to kill themselves. Like fake demons everywhere. Okay, this counts as the body, and then all I gotta do is the hair and outfit. And then we'll be done with this sketch. I might actually be able to sketch more than one. I gotta open my outfit designs because I didn't take a screenshot of it. As soon as I fucking find them. I was a bigot, but you were mean, and that's worse. Literally. Fake ass demons. That's why I don't care. Like, oh my god, they're sending me death threats. Good. And I hope they get achieved. Okay, I need to take a screenshot of this outfit. I still got to delete some of these screenshots because I don't need them anymore. But this is my outfit, guys. For the loot all. Don't I look majestic? Damn it, I gotta open it again and turn off the hat. I wanna cry. Actually, no, I don't. Well, no, I do. It's a big ass file because of how many outfits I got. Like, actually, let me show you real quick. So, this is my default. This is a spooky outfit. And then I'm in the process of working on another one, but I may have to change the hair because I want to have a big ass closet, right? Like, I won't be like Iron Mouse. Oh, thank you. I won't be like Iron Mouse who got like what 90 something models. Yeah, it's the horn glasses for me. I love Bayonetta so much. And then um this one actually comes with a jacket, but I have like the rope harness and stuff cuz did I turn off the no. I forgot to do like a full body harness, but I don't think I want to do a full body rope harness, but like I wanted to incorporate the rope in it cuz like the alt is called Shibari jelly. But let me turn off this sub view so you can see the fourth outfit. And each of these are based off of a different jellyfish. Like the first one is based off of the box jellyfish, and the second one is the man of war, and the third one is the Atolla jellyfish, and the last one is the moon jellyfish. And then hold on, it's slow. It's slow right now. Let's pray that nothing crashes because it's a big ass file and a lot of shit is running. I'm like, please, computer. Okay. Ugh. Have you thought about doing a Princess Jellyfish inspired outfit from the anime? I need to read Princess Jellyfish. Like I started it and then I didn't finish reading it. I need to watch the anime and I need to read it. Zivia, here's Moon. Eh. Never change, Zivia. But I should. Because I really like the premise of it. These are like work outfits. And these are my sleep outfits. Because I wanted both a summer and a winter one. Thank you for the posture check. And thank you for the hydrate. And then the last set of outfits that I got to do are like seasonal ones. So I'm going to have like two sets of outfits for each season. And the only one that I got so far is like the summer one. I took some inspiration from like the Love and Deep Space Summer collection and Midnight Sun with Zara Larson and also Squirrel Girl. Thank you for the head pat, Sylvia. See how my partner likes me so much. But I'm gonna take this hat off so I can see the hair properly. Do not save. Yeah, I guess I love you or whatever. I'm gonna pinch you. See what I gotta deal with. Shit. Let's see. Hairline. I'll let you shrimp. Be dry and be compressed if this is how we're moving. You be mean sometimes, though. Actually, yeah, this is better. Um, turn off the ruler. Thanks. Actually, no, I did need the ruler. But I'll make sure to sit up. Me, when I don't even play Genshin or adjacent games. But if the soundtrack go hard, then it go hard. What's in Fortnite? They did a Honkai Star Rail. Wait, speaking of collabs, right? Somebody said something about 2B and how she got so many crossover features, right? And somebody said, um, Somebody said that that games be invited to be over like the birthday stripper with how many collabs she got. It was something about 2B being a birthday stripper, and I couldn't get it out of my head because I'm gay. My poor gay heart. Apparently, there's gonna be a sequel for Near, and I'm excited for it because I love that game a lot. Oh yeah, is Blade still available in the store? Because I do gotta get it for. I might get him too because I like Blade. Is he still available in the store? Somebody go check. Okay, then I'll buy him this weekend. Xavier, remind me. Okay, so we got time. I don't know. Sometimes I wish these shop releases existed for at least half a month. Or I thought you meant Fortnite. Why I look like Megan Thee Stallion in this stage? I thought they put the Marvel Blade in. I don't know why I badly misinterpreted that. I'm sorry. I thought they put the Marvel Blade in in Fortnite. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Ah, okay, gotcha. But what was I thinking? Yeah, this one is called Shibari Jelly as a play on my brand name. You know, Suba Jelly, because I like bondage. It's like I remember doing friendship bracelets when I was in 5th grade, and I just really like to do that. Like I like the creativity of rope bondage because people be doing all kinds of intricate patterns and shit. Yeah. If you need help naming something, ask Zivia to help. She's really good at that. And you know, it was so fucking hilarious. There's like this new Myers Briggs BDSM test that came out, right? It's like a Myers Briggs BDSM test. And you know, the classic one, which is like dark color and stuff. But I like this new one because they're gonna be like doing research and algorithmic um shit based off of like how many people be answering in order to do statistics. And I think that's cool. I love myself. I like how I'll draw the whole. I'm trying to figure out how to do the frills. Because, like, at this scale, right, in this chibi form, it's fine to do. But then once I do the fucking. Once I do it realistically, then it's like, then it looks a hot mess. Because technically it's supposed to be like those military caps, but not quite. I feel like this is better. This is better. Earrings. Need the glasses. I'm trying to think. Um, but yeah, folks are like, send it, only to not fill it out. Even though I'm nosy and I want to know. Tell me your kink so I can make fun of you. Kink shaming is not beneath me. So it's just like, I'm not kink shaming, I'm kink asking why. And it's just like, no, I don't have to ask why. You know how whenever people talk about like empathy, that's exactly why they don't want to show you. Nah, they don't even want to take the test because they don't want to read because it's like 70 something questions. But it's just like they're treating this like a the people who made the damn test. They're treating this shit seriously. But that's because they're doing statistics and stuff. And like I'm autistic. I like specific things, right? I need a different color. I can't see shit. That's better. Um look like Gulia, which is great because Gulia used to serve. Remember when Gulia used to serve? But no, I like the quiz. My only complaint, I don't like the word little as a title because I know that's like associated with DDLG, and that's why I don't like it because I don't like DDLG. Um, I don't think that we should be. The stabbing is starting to settle. It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow, isn't it? Uh, Make sure you get some iron, BB. Am I missing anything? I'm missing the top. Now, I don't like the little label because for me, yes, I like to be taken care of, but I still want to be treated like a grown ass adult. And I feel like as adults, we shouldn't be associating being taken care of with being treated like a child. Um, because like I also like to take care of people, but no, I didn't even have to copy and paste that. Save. Okay. Yeah, I knew it. I wasn't gonna finish another PFP sketch. I feel like I'm gonna sketch all of the PFPs first that I'm gonna do, just so I know they're made, and then just go through and finish each one individually. Literally stealing this nigga's whole flow. Call me Kakashi, but I don't be reading porn in public because I'm a classy girl. I'm not a hussy. Okay. Let's save. Okay. These are the 2 whips that we got. I think we made a lot of good progress. So we can end it here because I need to put on some pajamas and wind down. That's all I gotta do. Shit. Thank you to everybody who showed up and hung out with me and stuff since it's been a while. I'm gonna try, emphasis on try, to start streaming more regularly again every Thursday. I don't know the exact times. It may not be consistent because life happens and I come home from work, but I will be here on Thursdays where we can talk shit and watch me draw. But before we go, I'm gonna see who to raid. I'm gonna get into the habit of raiding people more often. We're streaming right now. Okay, we're we're gonna raid Narco. I didn't know that Stoma was streaming, but I already said Narco. We'll raid him next time. I need to follow Stoma. It's okay. I'll support the shrimp later. But until next time, guys, y'all have a good night and stay above the water.